Mini-Serial Advanced Technology Attachment, mSATA. Think of mSATA, or Mini-Serial Advanced Technology Attachment, as the transition technology that bridged the gap between old-fashioned bulky hard drives and the modern, gum-stick-shaped M2 drives we use today. Before laptops were thin enough to fit into an envelope, they still needed a way to use fast SSD storage without taking up the massive space required for a standard 2.5-inch drive bay. The mSATA standard was the solution, a tiny, bare circuit board that plugged directly into a specialized slot on the motherboard. While it is mostly considered a legacy technology now, as a technician, you will still encounter mSATA when refurbishing older laptops or working on specialized, embedded systems in a cybersecurity environment. 1. The physical profile. An mSATA card is about the size of a business card folded in half, specifically 30 millimeters by 50 millimeters. The most important physical detail for your A+ exam is the connector. The mSATA connector looks almost identical to a mini PCIe slot, the kind used for Wi-Fi cards in older laptops. In fact, they use the exact same physical slot. However, they are electrically different. If you plug an mSATA storage drive into a slot designed only for a Wi-Fi card, the computer simply won't see the drive. 2. The speed limit. As a cybersecurity professional, you need to know the language a device speaks. Even though mSATA looks like a modern expansion card, it speaks the exact same language as a regular hard drive cable, SATA. Because it is limited by the SATA 3 protocol, mSATA maxes out at 600 megabytes per second, 6 Gbps. This was a huge leap forward for laptops 10 years ago, but it is much slower than the NVMe drives you are using in your NYC lab today. 3. Why mSATA is disappearing. You might wonder why we moved from mSATA to M2. It comes down to versatility. Interface limits. mSATA can only speak the SATA language. It can never be upgraded to the blazing fast PCIe or NVMe speeds. Physical space. While mSATA is small, it has a fixed width. The newer M2 standard is even thinner and comes in multiple lengths, giving engineers more flexibility to cram more battery or cooling into a laptop. The technician's troubleshooting guide. When you are repairing an older system and see a small card that isn't a Wi-Fi module, check for these 3 things. The label, look for the mSATA branding on the sticker. If it says Mini PCIe, it is likely a network card or a specialized cellular modem, not a hard drive. The mounting screws. mSATA cards are usually held down by 2 small screws at the top corners. Unlike M2, which uses a single screw in the center, these 2 screws ensure the card stays flat against the motherboard even under heavy vibration. The slot type. Some high-end older motherboards had combo slots labeled as mSATA/M PCIe. These are the best for technicians because they can automatically detect whether you've plugged in a hard drive or a Wi-Fi card and switch their electrical signals to match. Summary for the A+ exam. mSATA is a legacy form factor for SSDs in older laptops and small PCs. It uses the SATA protocol and is limited to 6 Gbps speeds. The physical connector is identical to mini PCIe, but they are usually not interchangeable. It has been almost entirely replaced by the M2 standard. By understanding mSATA, you ensure that you can support older infrastructure, a critical skill when performing digital forensics or recovering data from older government hardware.